Hi guys, and welcome back to Keep Smiling Adventures, and today we are back on another bike packing mission, and you are joining me not too far away from Inverness in Scotland. Why? Well, because we are going to be starting the Badger Divide. Now, I've put off doing this ride for quite a while because, to be honest, it follows, as far as I'm aware, it follows quite a bit of the Great North Trail, but just in reverse. So starting in Inverness and ending in Glasgow, it's about 212 miles. And that is what we're going to be taking on over the next few days, or however long it takes. Now, as I had to travel all the way here yesterday, I ended up in Inverness around 8 p.m. last night. So it was sort of, sun was starting to set, it was starting to get dark. So I only just did like a few miles to just find somewhere to camp. Small little climb out of Inverness, nice views over the city, and I ended up camping along the Great Glen Way, which is where we will be sort of starting officially this Badger Divide, although we did actually start in Inverness. Right, let's get this packed up and let's get underway on the Badger Divide for day one. Let's do it. You guys have been asking for the Badger Divide, so let's do it. Wow, how beautiful is that? That's Loch Ness. So if you look closely, you might see a Loch Ness monster. Oh wow, super beautiful morning. Pretty nice to ride actually, pretty flowy. Coming back on that little section until we got to here was pretty steep. Fun, but yeah, you make sure you got your brakes working. And wow, beautiful. It's actually a lot of the trail, I mean, Scotland, I always find it's just very flowy, and like you get a nice long descent, then a bit of a long climb, but it's not normally like vertical. Oh, wow. It's a little bit nippy though this morning, but look how beautiful that is. Going to go on for a few more miles, and then I'm going to stop and have something to eat because I haven't actually eaten yet. So let's keep going. Damn, that is just absolutely beautiful. So guys, I am in Fort Augustus now, and that means that basically everything from now I pretty much know. And I know from here we're about to go up this place, because I don't know how to say it. I'm going to put it on screen. And well, it's a tough one, because when I was coming the other way and I was descending it, I was very glad I was coming that way. And now we got to go this way. So we got to go in the opposite way this time. And I'm not really looking forward to it, because I know we've got quite a long hiker bike section to go. So we have got a macaroni pie to get us up the top. We've done about 35 miles today. So far it's actually been good. There were some scary moments where it was all steep and twisty and turny, and I kind of wished I was on the bomb track, because I just couldn't get far enough back on the gravel bike. But ultimately it's all been good and all been pretty flowy and fun. But the big climb comes next. Let's do it! It goes on and on and on.
On and on. On and on. On and on.
So definitely better coming that way than it is coming up this way, as I thought it was going to be. But it's cold up here, so let's finally get our descent. Oh my god, that was long and tiring. Let's go.
Road is long and full of dust. The landscape changes around me. On and on, I feel immersed. Whatever happened to me happened for my highest good. I read that in so many books, now it's almost understood. I'm moving on and on. On and on. I'm moving on and on. On and on. Seagulls fly around the beach house that I rented for a while. You.
Well guys, yesterday turned into a bit of an epic day really, because after we descended that place, then I decided, right, let's crack some miles out. Let's just try and get to like 65, 70 miles for the day, and then find somewhere to camp. Now in terms of miles, we definitely achieved that. We did about 88 miles with 10,000 feet of climbing, and it was absolutely beautiful. I was coming through Corrieyairack, I don't know how you pronounce it, Corrieyairack, and where that really famous train station is. But at the point of doing this, I was also like really trying to look for somewhere to camp. But the problem is, when you're just that high up, even though there is so many places where it looks like there's so many places to camp, there's just really nowhere to camp. But coming through Corrieyairack was absolutely beautiful. I was like the only one around because it was getting late, but I just could not find anywhere to camp. So I just had to keep going and keep going. But unfortunately I was just getting higher and higher and higher, so making it even harder to find a spot to camp, because everywhere is just, well, bog. But we carried on. I ended up doing 88 miles with 10,000 foot of climbing, and well, I finally got very lucky and just found like a kind of an old abandoned type building, and there was some flat-ish grass right by it, so I did actually manage to camp. After doing 88 miles, my legs were shot, but I guess 88 miles for like the first ride in about 2 weeks, not too bad. I'm waking up today in a bit of a cloud because I am about 2,000 foot up in the sky. Not exactly really how high I wanted to camp, but needs must, and it was a beautiful view out there, although you can't see anything now because it's just a cloud. Now I need to get out of this tent in the drizzly rain and get underway for day 2 of the Badger Divide. Let's do it. I promise you guys, over on my right there's an absolutely amazing view. It's beautiful. You're just gonna have to use your imagination for today. Just as it was starting to clear up and I'm descending. No! Clipped the side of a rock, so now I've got to fix this. First things first, I'm going to see if I can just plug it, or I don't know, we'll see. So good news and bad news, guys. One, as far as I can tell, it's not actually like a puncture, it just got knocked off the bead, so it's just pumping up fine. Bad news, swarmed by the midge. Pumpity pump. A fun start to the second day on the Badger Divide, eh? A puncture, wonderful. But hey, surrounded by beauty. So I've done about 15 miles today. This morning hasn't been exactly all plain sailing, and it's been a bit grindy, but we're starting to make progress. The tyre seems to be fine now, so I think it's time to put a bit of joy into the day with a Cajun spice instance. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like, at least this morning, this route is actually came away from like the Great North Trail route, but I'm not 100% sure, because one minute I'm like, oh, I don't recognize it, and then the next minute I'm like, oh, I kind of think I recognize it, so I'm generally not sure. But we're gonna have a Ginsters, and then we're just gonna keep cracking on. I just feel so tired. I really want a really good camp spot tonight. Food time. So far, so good. It's like this bit's really nice because we're actually on the road. I remember this from the Great North Trail. We go up here and then we got a big climb. This is where I camped once. And then we're going to descend back down, and we should have a tailwind, at least for a bit. So that's nice. Right now we got a headwind. But when we made a little sort of climb and then sort of turn back on ourselves on the other side of these mountains, yeah, nice. Currently done about 35 miles. Feeling pretty good now actually. Now that I've been able to get a few miles under my belt on the road, everything's working as it should. Happy days. I'm getting low on food. Probably quite a big slog to actually the nearest shop, so I've got to keep an eye out for whatever. But let's just continue around here, hoping to do another 30 miles if that's possible. I think that's possible. Right, let's continue. Just look how beautiful that is. Happy days. We are now in a place called Killin. I think it's Killin or Killin. Right, we've got some food as well because I am bloody starving. Today we're going to make some sandwiches. We've got some sourdough. Boom. We've got some cheese and chives in a tube, so yeah, that's a thing. Whatever, we'll take it. We've got to have something to moisten the bread. Right, what are we going to have on this sandwich? We got some German smoked cheese. I reckon we get one more in there. I don't know why we got cheese on cheese, but you know, calories. We got some chorizo. Boom, boom, boom. I'm so looking forward to this. Have some German style salami. Boom, 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 boom. How's that for you? Right, so I've done about 50 miles now, so from here I'm just going to crack on, get the next 20 miles, and basically start looking for somewhere to camp. I really want to find somewhere good tonight. It's not raining right now, so everything's dry, so fingers crossed. I'm tired. I don't know why I'm so tired. Right, sandwich time. And I will see you guys at camp. Probably, hopefully. Right guys, so I have set up camp now. I did about 65 miles in total, which means tomorrow we only have about 50 to do. And as far as I'm aware, it's not too bad and it should be relatively fast going. We're over most of the worst stuff. We've got like maybe 2 or 3 sort of climbs to do. But yeah, today has actually been quite good after the initial sort of puncture. Because not only was the riding pretty good, but some of it definitely wasn't on the Great North Trail. So some of it was actually new and exciting, and still plenty of hiker bike. My legs are absolutely killing me today, but we found an absolutely beautiful camp spot, and I've got to say, I'm just happy, really happy to be setting up camp before like 10:30 at night, because when I arrived to start this route it was already like 8 o'clock, and then finding camp it was already like 10, and yesterday it was like nearly 11. So on this trip so far I have not had an early night. Today is 7 p.m. I've set up camp. I'm going to get in there, I'm going to relax, I'm going to have the best night's sleep ever, I hope, and we're going to have some more sandwiches and finally have an early night and a much needed rest. Had hoped to be able to camp at the next loch. I can't remember what it's called, I'll put it on screen, but that place is like a restricted camping place, like you have to get a permit. And when I knew that I was definitely could have made it there, I checked to see if there was any permits available. There wasn't. They're like £4, so they go super quick, especially this time of year. But that would have been like a super nice camp spot. But to be honest, I am very happy with my camp spot. Just take a look at it. It's just like in the middle of nowhere. I've got some water to drink, and it's just happy days because it's not raining and I'm setting up camp early. Tomorrow we have 50 miles to go until we complete the Badger Divide. We should definitely complete that if everything goes according to plan. Right, I'm going to make some sandwiches and I am going to have this much needed rest. I'm so happy that I got here early today. Right, as always, I'll see you bright and early in the morning for day 2, 3 of the Badger Divide. I don't know what day it is, I don't know what time it is. See you in the morning. Right guys, good morning, and last night I've got to say was absolutely perfect. It was like so quiet, it was so comfortable, it was like the warmest night so far because I'm not that high up, only around like 800 feet instead of like 2000, so definitely a lot warmer. We're also a lot more south than when we started, so it's getting warmer, but also we had this nice gentle breeze, which meant of the midges that just started accumulating around my tent just kept getting blown off. So no midges either last night, and that was absolutely perfect. Beautiful sound of the little stream going by, and yeah, absolutely amazing. First things first, this morning we are climbing up this hill thing, mountainy hill, I think it's a hill, and yeah, and then we're going to descend down to Loch, whatever it's called, put it there. Right, day 3 of the Badger Divide. Let's go! What a day! Well guys, I've just come past like the big loch and where I would like to camp. Absolutely beautiful start to the morning. I don't know what it is with this trip, but for some reason, even though I felt like I slept really well last night and really long, my eyes are just so bloody tired. And we've encountered our first real major route obstacle, because fallen tree. And unfortunately, it looks like I'm going to have to find a different way around, because if you look over there, even more fallen trees. So it looks like I'm going to take the long way around back up a big hill, bog, and then rejoin this place. But we got about 30 miles to go, so close now. Why are my eyes so tired? Right, detour time. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Well guys, there we have it, another bikepacking trip ticked off the list, the Badger Divide, 200 miles from Inverness to Glasgow. We are now in Glasgow. Today has been pretty straightforward, lots of like fire roads, nothing too crazy, a little bit of single track, nothing too crazy steep, and nothing too technically hard. A really good trip actually, all went pretty plain sailing, minus a few little bits, but ultimately a good trip. Now obviously, as always, I will do my route overview kind of thing in the next video, so make sure you are subscribed if you want to see that, and if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and until next time, keep smiling, enjoy the adventure. Peace.